Hello, and welcome to a video of an Australian guy playing GeoGuessr. If you've just walked in this here accidentally, you're welcome to watch, of course, and anybody watching and comments are always welcome. But all I am is a guy who lives in Australia, enjoys the game of GeoGuessr, and plays himself playing videos and records because he has some people who say they like watching. Put out a vote among some of my friends on Facebook, asked them to vote for which maps I should do next. I've normally done the London map a lot. I've done the Australian map a fair bit recently for various reasons. I'm looking for challenges, I suppose, and so I asked my friends what I should do next, and they said Canada. I don't know much about Canadian geography, so this is going to be interesting and a challenge. As I normally play, and as I'm going to play today, I only use the knowledge I have in my own head and write things down on a piece of paper next to me. But that's the only tool I use, a pen and paper. And, well, let's see how I go and how bad my knowledge of Canadian geography is. First to 5 coming up. Okay. Big mountain. Well, I'm an Australian, any mountain's big. But in the background there, we've got this mountain, that's to the north roughly. Looks like a pretty suburban area, or a sizable town. Okay, got some useful information, let's see what we can find. Remember, I don't know Canada well, so if I say anything horribly offensive to Canadians, based on a stereotype or something, I apologise in advance, I'll try not to. But first thing I can see is I've got signs here in English, which suggests to me that I'm in the Anglophone parts of Canada, not Quebec, for example. But that's all I'm getting so far. Red Roof Inns, doesn't mean a lot to me, but let's see what else we can get. Hotel. So we've got a couple of hotels around here, which is just a touristy place to have this many hotels in close proximity, I would have thought. But as I don't know a lot about where people go on holidays in Canada, that's of limited help. Swiss chalets, free Wi-Fi, motel. Let's see what we get down here. So at the moment, all I'm getting is a lot of hotels, which suggests I'm somewhere fairly touristy. But none of them seem to be telling me where I am. It's a Canadian flag, which would be a big help if I didn't already know I was in Canada because I'm playing the Canadian map. You save gas, mini-mart. Oh gosh, this is really very information-dense environment, but not information that's particularly helpful to me with my limited knowledge. Okay, you save gas. Chester fried takeout chicken. See, if I was playing an Australian map, I might know if, particular businesses were local to particular states or something, but I don't have that type of knowledge there. But this, okay, if I get closer to this, this might be helpful. Shawathil First Nation. Unfortunately for me, I do not know much at all about the First Nations people of Canada. I am myself of Indigenous descent in Australia, so if I've got similar information in Australia, I might actually recognise a name, but I don't for this. But still, it could be useful information if I can find something closer. So I'm guessing because I said these hotels, it's quite scenic, and some quite prominent mountains all around. That's now south, and there's a mountain there. So, mountainous region of Canada, touristy region. But I need something else. It is 5:58 PM. I'm just looking at my clock down here in the corner, because part of what I'm trying to do when I play GeoGuessr is speed up how fast I do maps. I'm not that worried with this one, but I'm going to set myself a limit that if I'm not off this map by 10:08, I'll have a guess. Now, what have we got here? Nida. Nida Realty. Nida could be a town name, possibly. Or some sort of geographic notation, so I'll write it down. But I'm really not getting much here that I can use. A Canadian might be getting lots more than me because they might have know where particular First Nations are based around, and they might recognise the vegetation more than I do. I mean, I'm looking at vegetation and thinking fairly cold place, but from my perspective as an Australian, that's most of Canada. I know there's some very, very cold parts of Canada and some that are much more temperate, but just saying, seeing fir trees and things isn't incredibly helpful to me. If they're fir trees, that's how little I know about trees. I could be calling them firs, and they're actually something different. Okay, I'm going to go back to my starting point in a second. No, okay. Back to my starting point because I had a lot of dense information there. Let's plow around there to look and see if I get anything else useful. I went that way before. What if I go this way? No, I went that way, didn't I? Yes, I did. So let's just go this way a little bit. North, just in the hope of maybe finding more businesses or something that's helpful. But it looks to me like the most built up area was the area I was looking at before to the west. So, yeah, go back that way. Just see if there's something I missed before. What's that say? It's blurred on me. I think it said something like Kaibo a second ago. So that's the sushi place. Isn't it Kaibo? Yes, it is. Okay. Let's go this way. Maybe if I head out this, because this looks like a main road into and out of this town. If I head out there, I might get a sign. Okay, that's a big clue. British Columbia. Even I've heard of British Columbia. So, the circle route, British Columbia. Okay, I'm going to head in to have a look at the map now of the British Columbia region, which down on the southwestern part of Canada, because I've at least got something now that I recognise to some extent. And there's lots of mountain areas, but let's just have a look and see what I pick up. I've got to stay in. What's the border marker like? Okay. Necas, but it's a plateau. Because I know BC's pretty big. So it's still a big area. But the one advantage of a map like a country like Canada is if you even get reasonably close, you get a lot of points because it's so spread out. The same's true of Australia, of course. So I'm just trying to see what I've got. I'm thinking national parks, conservancy, provincial, mountains. This type of area because I've got mountains all around me, and I'm thinking touristy, but not really getting much more. Let's see if we can get some more off this map. There's no route number or anything on that. No. Maximum 50 kilometers an hour. Seems rather slow for a road like this to me, but maybe just because it's that corner. Right, or the bridge maybe, I don't know. 603, and I said I'll go to 608. But what I'm looking for now is something that maybe gives me a name of a town. Fraser River. Make a note of that. Could be handy. Okay, there's what looks like it might be a big sign up there. Oh, I thought I saw a sign. Maybe I've gone past it. Yes, okay. All it says is... tells people to slow down. Okay. Fraser River's a sizable enough river. So I might be able to make use of that information in a minute. I'll be back to have a look. I'm just trying to see if I can see a geographic sign. .604. Maybe if I get across the bridge, I'll see a sign. Speed increase to 70. What's this? Maybe jumping more than I expect to on these maps. But right. Landstrom Road, Hague Station Road. Okay, that's two more pieces of geographical information, but neither of them seem to be town names. But Hague Station, okay. I'm now going to zoom to the map and start exploring a bit. Can't see any other likelihood of getting any major signs that way, except maybe that. What's that? There might be something on that. I'll check that first. Oh, could be useful if I don't go past it, which I think I have. Okay, can I read it from this angle? When flashing, no. Okay. Okay, that's looking large the map as much as possible to give myself the best chance of seeing something. 606, so I'm only giving myself a couple of minutes to look around. And I'll just take a guess. So lots of mountains. But so just makes me feel I've moved over to Alberta, haven't I? Okay. Hard to see these little dotted lines on sometimes. Nelson Toe River. Goodhart Lake, Cassia Desert, Narland, Shusley. 607, so when it hits the 608 I'm just going to choose a place and go for it, because I can't see myself getting much more here. Still, let's look at the British Columbia bit. Okay, 608, so I'm just going to have a guess. I want to make sure I'm in BC. That's down there, the border. Okay, this is going to be as good as anywhere I get, I think. We'll go for Merit. No, I'm not there, but let's see what I get. 4197, over 4,000 points, so can't really complain about that. I was actually, let's have a look, I was closer to this Hague, which is the only thing I found. Okay, thank you. Less than 100 kilometres on one of the largest countries in the world. I'll count that as a reasonably good one, actually. Okay, again, looks sort of suburban, rural town, but no, not actually built up and stuff. So not to Arret, French. So maybe Quebec. But again, I'm very limited. It's 609. I don't want to go past 619 on this. The fact I'm in the French-speaking area makes it a little more difficult too for me, potentially, because I don't read French very well. It's not utterly terrible, but I'm looking again for town names or something more than information signs. Let's see. What have we got? There's nothing immediately that's, I think. Trees interesting, but just French names, which is hardly surprising. You notice I'm not even bothering to write down street names at the moment. That's because I need, for this type of map, I really need gross information rather than fine. If I happen to get gross fast enough, I might be able to zoom in and start looking for more localized information. But again, gosh, lots of these campers, caravans, whatever, I don't know what they call them in Canada, trailers. Let's see if we can get onto this road here. Again, not a main road, but I'm trying to find this. The ideal thing I want to find is either built-up areas, shops, businesses, etc., or main roads which have lots of geographical signs. Freeway-type roads, etc. Don't know what they call those in Canada. Freeways, motorways. I don't know. This tree thing is interesting. It makes me think that might be sort of a local municipality symbol. So clicking quite rapidly at this point, just trying to find something that gives me built up information. But really what I'm getting is suburban type housing development. One thing that strikes me looking at this is I could very easily be somewhere close to my home. I mean, it does look a lot like any suburban streets in Australia, which I suppose isn't surprising. I mean, we do share a lot of common heritage, but I have to remind myself, I think I've said this before, that I can't rely as much on tiny clues that would mean a lot to me if I saw them in Australia, but may mean absolutely nothing in Canada. When I'm doing Australian maps, I can sometimes read a lot into the shape of a power pole, for example. That may also be true in Canada, but I don't have the knowledge to do it. But this, okay. Let's have a look. Another French. I feel like I'm heading towards the more built-up area of town now. I could be wrong, but I'm going to head that way still, I think, because if I can get to there, that looks like the more built up, doesn't it? Okay. Might get something from here. There's certainly some sort of supermarket or similar over there. Again, are they called supermarkets in Canada? I don't know. Well, this is confirming to me that I'm in the Francophone section of Canada, which to me means Quebec. I don't know enough to go finer than that, but still. So if I can get the province right, or at least close to the province, I'm not doing too badly. Boulogne bread. I mean, I don't know. My French is not good. It's not utterly terrible, but yeah, Quebec. So yes, Canada. Quebecois. So I've already leaning towards Quebec, but I've got the word Quebec or something related to it there. I'm saying Quebec right. Down this way. 6:14. Okay, halfway through my time allocation, and all I've got so far is I think I've got the province. Again, this looks like it might be somewhat built up, so I might get something here. Some sort of municipal building, school. That's what I've been looking for in Australia. Things that have nice, reasonable amounts of. Aha, okay. Come on. Please excuse my French accent. I've learned just enough French at school to be trying to put an accent on, but I'm probably mangling it terribly. And then again, I'm also not sure how closely the Canadian French accent. Salon à Dominique. IGA Extra. See, I could be looking at a place name or something here and not know it. Especially when I'm in a country that's completely foreign to me. Still, I'm going to start looking at the map in a second. Nouveau. Nothing there that leaps out to me as useful. Oh, I wonder where that school bus is going to go. See, that's the thing. I didn't even know Canada had those type of yellow school buses. My knowledge of Canada is limited. Unfortunately, I'm not going to get the bus. I was thinking it might have a school name or something on the side of it. Location. Nope, just opening times, closing times. Which again can mean something to me in Australia at times, but I don't have that type of knowledge. But these green stuff, this green signs. Okay, Notre Dame. Oh, what's that say? That does look geographical. Can't quite read it. Pleaseville? Yeah, maybe nowhere near it even if I can read it, but... Yeah, it's not like Pleaseville. I couldn't quite get a read on it, but still. Okay. Let's see if we can get this green sign, then we're going to map it on the map. Priority, devarage, nope, that's no good. Tell us something about the lights, I think. But, I'm going to head in there to have a quick before I go onto the map. It's 6:17, Notre Dame, Centerville, okay, I'm going to head down there just in the hope of finding something, but I've only got about a minute left before I'm going to start to have a guess. Unless I get something really good and helpful, this is going to be somewhere in Quebec. Is that a church spire? Yeah, okay. Head towards that just to see, but I'm already up to 6:18 and I'm going to guess at 6:20. Nothing on the side there. Manuel CarQuest Lava Auto. So I apologise for my French accent. I'm not trying to put on a deliberate French accent exactly as much as that. When I was learning French at school, they did encourage us to try and sound at least vaguely French. And so it sort of now comes naturally to me to make that attempt, even if it's actually horribly insulting. Okay. Yep, okay, I'm going to have to just duck in and have a guess. Somewhere in Quebec, because I'm not getting anything useful. I could get to that church, but I don't think I'm going to get close enough to it to get a decent look. Nothing here, nothing here. Okay, let's go into Quebec. Go to the south, just on the general principle I know more Canadian live in the south than in the north. I'll go for somewhere near Montreal. Out about somewhere near there. Say, here we go, just as a guess. Another, not bad, 20 kilometres. 20 kilometres, okay. I'll pay that. That was quite good. Okay. 6:20, so 10 minutes. But now I get what are always the bane of my existence when I'm playing in Australia. Straight roads in rural areas. I did expect these would be quite common in Canada too. So let's see what we get. I'm heading roughly east at the moment. Looking for anything that will give me a town name, something I can use. Because I'm going to be even more lost than I am when I am. Looks like those, should I say, yellow school buses. Which I didn't know Canada had. Maybe I should have, because I used to watch You Can't Do That on television. And they had a yellow bus in that. And that was a Canadian show. But yeah, I really probably don't want to base too much of my knowledge of Canada on You Can't Do That on television. I suppose. 6:20, so I'm not going to go past 6:30 on this map. But I might get something. Business names, etc. Something that will help me. It's reasonably flat around here, no huge mountain chains by the looks of it, so that's something. So whatever I choose, I want a reasonably flat area of Canada. Just going to click a few up here to see if I get any road signs. But if I don't get something in 4 more clicks, I'm going to head back to my starting position and go the other way. One more click. Now, do I think I'm going to get anything up here? No, it all looks much the same. Okay, so starting point. Oh dear, I think it was. I'm not going the same way. I do this sometimes. I don't think I am. Well, no, in a second if I see that yellow bus again. I'm not sure. Okay, it's something. This does look a little different. Yeah, I'm not thinking I'm going to get much down here. 6:23. I'm not sure how much time I should really spend on this map because it doesn't feel like it's going to be incredibly rewarding. So, let's think about GeoGuessr. Someone who knows Canada well might get a lot of information from this map. but I tend to need pretty basic stuff. That's a flag. Could be a US flag, but the trouble is it could be a Canadian province flag, and I don't know my Canadian province flags at all. But if I go on the assumption that's a US flag, and the colours do kind of look right, that might suggest I'm somewhere near the southern border. Of course, it could just be a proud American anywhere in Canada, but a speed sign at least. Let's see what that says. We can get closer to that. I know it says 50, but just maximum 50. Okay. Why are they slowing us down here? French. Chemin pour. Oh, I'm writing those down. Camions. Again, I apologise for my horrendous pronunciation, because they looks like that could be the road to places with those names. Okay, that's something. Let's see what else we get up here. There looks like a big greenish sign up here, which should be more useful to me if it is. I can't quite tell if that's green. And I don't know how much green relevance the fact the colours have, but a lot of places green signs are telling you the way to larger towns. Okay, can I read it? That's the question. Okay. Chambord and Lac, so that's Lake something, Lake R-O or B-O. Okay, I'm going to start just have a look at the map to see if I can pick up anything up over those, because that's some useful information, especially seeing I've also seen that thing that French indicates French. Yeah, the United States. I don't want to be this far south. I want to be in Quebec. So let's move around, have a look what we see. Make sure I stick inside the border. Yep, that's the border there. Now I thought maybe southern because I saw that American flag. So where's the American down there? Places down here are more French, more Anglophone names. So let's see if that changes if I head up this way. Montour, yeah, okay. Lac. No, that's not what I want. It's something. Quebec City, the frontier. Chambord. Let's go mark somewhere near Quebec City just so I can get back here. It feels to me like there's the Dow border, there's New Brunswick. So I can't be absolutely sure I'm in Quebec. That's the part I know is largely francophone. But I can't say personally if there aren't other areas nearby that leap out at me. No, Champlain. Lac Bouchette. Okay, is that? Yes, okay. So, mark that because I think I'm in that general vicinity. That says that's to the south. Chambord. Okay, cool. I'm actually getting somewhere here. I am getting somewhere. Now, if I assume I'm on... That does seem like awfully... Right. Chemin, route Russia, route de Croix. Don't think I'm in Chambord as such, but I'm heading east towards it. So Okay, I'm going to have a guess fairly quickly because I think I'm reasonably close. But I don't think I'm going to get much closer. I'm up to 629 now. So, what's this? Heading roughly east towards Chambord. Yeah, okay. I'm going to go for somewhere around here. Okay, not bad. 8 miles, 12.9 kilometres. I'm quite happy. I'm doing quite well on this, I think. Fourth map, 629, so I don't want to go past 639. Straight road, middle of nowhere. Okay. So I always complain about these when I get them in Australia. Why should Canada be any different? Generate to my start. Okay, going that way is not a good idea. So let's go the other way. Oh, this is not helpful. Okay, so it looks like I'm stuck pretty much here with this information. One more that way. Yep. Go back one. Yep, so this is all I've got. A north-south road. Well, the bonus of that is that I'm not going to spend much time on this map, but I'm also very unlikely to get useful information. Let's just see if I do a massive jump up there if I get anything. Oh, I did get something. Okay, I did get some movement. So let's dash along this road looking for road signs. And in roughly north-south on a not particularly well-made road, but also not particularly terrible one, somewhere in Canada. Yes, I'm clicking a lot more than I need to be. $6.31. I spent. This is not helpful. I mean, anyone who's on this road presumably knows where they're going, so they don't really need road signs. Every few. Well, stop. On my principle that the Oret signs have made me think I was in the francophone parts of Canada. I'm sure I'm in the anglophone part, but that's not really that helpful. Post, okay. Okay. That's kind of the post signs. I mean, that's not really helpful to me. But yeah, that's just kind of the post. Nothing telling me any geographical information. Can I get down that road? Do I want to is the question. No, I don't think so. I think I'm more likely to get something on the main road than on that side road. But can I get up there? It seems to be kicking me automatically to the side road. Okay, that's interesting. Yep. Okay, I'm going to go into my starting point and go south instead of north. I have to try and jump over that big black spot that was given me. Okay, this is a bit more built up. Okay, not much, but it's something at least. So, can I get any type of information here? At the moment, all I'm leading towards is I'm somewhere in a reasonably flat part of Canada because looking around I can't see the huge mountains. Oh, what's that say? Buckland. Okay, Buckland, that's something. It'd be more if I had an actual province, but Buckland. Something to work with. C&D Septic Limited. Very important, essential public service, but not that helpful in terms of geographical information. We're going this way. Yeah, okay, that looks like more built up, so I'll head down there in a second. I just want to have a look at the fire hall from this angle, just in case I get something. No, just a phone number, 911. Okay, that's something anyway. Buckland. Let's see what we get down here. Ed's in. Make a note of that. Ooh, what have we got here? Custom W. Now this is looking like a major highway though, or something approaching one. So if we can get onto that to have a look, I might get something useful. Yeah, okay, that's looking fairly promising. If I can get some geographic information up there. Can I get onto this road? Yes, I can. Let's see if I can see signs in either direction to use. Nice service roads either side. Okay, let's head down this a bit. Looking for some sort of signage to tell me where I am. There's a big sign there that I might be able to read. If I can get to turn around on it. A bit more. A bit more. No, just some road night signs. But they're released in English, which confirms my Anglophone principles. They really don't seem to like signposts, this part of Canada. Again, it says the principle is once you're on these roads, you probably know where you're going. There's not a huge amount of point to having the signs. I mean, if you don't know where you're going, you're going to go there anyway. 6:37, so 2 more minutes. I'm really just dashing down, trying to hope to find some sort of geographical signage that will help me. I think I've jumped past any signs I had. Yeah, clicked too fast. Oh well. Let's have a look at this intersection if we can and see if we get anything, but otherwise it's going to be have a guess somewhere in Canada. They're reasonably flat. It's a duck. It's a duck. Okay, that doesn't really help me at all. Okay, let's zoom in and have a look. Zoom back up. Reasonably flat area, major road. Running roughly east-west. Yep. Now let's say we're on this road, something like this. Don't want to be in the mountains. Okay, this is very much just a completely more or less random guess. Move up and down a bit just to see. So I have that Buckland sign. Yeah, the names around here. Buckland would fit in reasonably well with them, but okay. We're just going to go on this road. Guess. 304 kilometres. Okay, again, not too bad for so that was just a guess. Where am I? I am near Prince Albert, which is in Saskatchewan. Okay. Last map. 20,000 is something I would regard as a good score on any map, basically. And I've got a chance of getting that here. Not a brilliant chance, because I'd need to get pretty high, but closed Closson Chase. Okay, make a note of that. Signs seem to be in English first, French second. Closed. Yep, okay. So, Ophir, Closson Chase. It seems to be maybe a town name, definitely. Or potentially. Shouldn't say definitely, but it's something. Do we get anything else? We might get something from this, yeah, okay. Well, don't tell me it's wineries. Wineries always throw me when I'm in Australia, so why should Canada be any different? Yep, okay. I didn't actually know they did wine in Canada, but I'm going to assume that if they do, it's going to be in the southern areas. But as most people live in southern areas, I mean, that's not that helpful, but still. There's a fair amount of signage around here. $6.51, I won't go past $6.50. Picton. And that's French terroir. So Picton, another place, maybe. So I wouldn't mind it being. If I'm going to see what that sign says for the other side, the stop sign. I can stop. So yeah, francophone. And yeah, Terroir Wine Fest. Okay. I've just no idea where you'd find wineries in Canada, except presumably the southern part of Canada, because you've got to have decent weather for reasonably decent weather for vines. Art County, no, can't quite write that. Okay, let's go this way. Just clicking along looking for some sort of more geographical information, but if I don't get something soon, I'm just going to be heading around looking at the southern parts of Canada in the hope of seeing one of those names. Picton, or Picton's about the only one I've really got. Terroir, maybe. Write that down actually, because that could be the region, I suppose. No, can't get anything off that. Or maybe something off that. Let's see if we can get closer and have a look at that sign. It's going to be blurred on me, fairly blurred. Lavender products, boutique plants. Is that Prince? Oh, wow. Is that Prince Edward County? Prince Edward. Prince Edward. Vancouver Island. Oh, I thought I knew something about Prince Edward. Maybe I'm on the wrong side. Prince Edward. It's Nova, yeah, Prince Edward Island. So I would have thought that would be too cool, but that's for wine. But that could be just me being really, really ignorant. Tyne Valley, Summerside, New Glasgow, Town, Rosebery, Wood Islands. Let's see, move that up. So just think that that's difficult. That does look like it could be Prince Edward. Okay, let's mark just a point on there to give me something to go with. Let's see if we can get another look at that sign from the other side. Prince Edward County. Now, Prince Edward County may not be on Prince Edward Island. I mean, but it's all I've really got to go on. It's not as far north as I thought, so maybe Nova Scotia, maybe it's warm enough for wine type stuff. Okay, let's go keep that. I've got 3 minutes, so let's see if we get something else. But if I'm on Prince Edward Island, that would be a fairly good guess in terms of points. Can't quite read that. Ooh, can't quite read. It's close, but just not quite visible to read. Okay. Well, roughly West-East Road. 3 minutes before I want to click out. What do we got here? Anything else? Okay, I might get something from here. Just more winery stuff. Come on, unblur for me, please. Lacey Estates Wines. Lacey Estates Winery. Okay, I'm going to have to lean towards Prince Edward Island because the only information I have is Prince Edward County. But say Prince Edward County may not be on Prince Edward Island. So there's no guarantee of that. These princes got lots of things named after them. So let's just have a look and see what we get. A couple of minutes before I want to click, I'm going to click at the 650 mark. I really don't know what I'm looking for here, except maybe that Picton. Looks like it might be a place name somewhere. Campbell's Grove. There's long, reasonably straight roads here, running west-east. So let's check those out. New Perth, Paul's Corner, Roseneck, Cardigan North. No. Okay. Lower Montague, no. Okay, it's 6:49. I will click at the 6:50 somewhere, but where I don't know. I don't know if I've got any more clues I can get. So that road, it's very much west-east. Valleyfield. Okay, here we go. Yeah, okay, so Prince Edward County is not on Prince Edward Island. Well, assuming that sign really was. Yeah, there's a town called Prince Edward there. Let's see, where am I? I am in Ottawa, Toronto. Okay, well, there you go, Canada. Look, there's 3 decent ones here. 1, 2, 3. This one's not too bad. My last one is by far my worst performance, but I'm fairly happy with that. So, thanks for watching.